The year is 632. In the desert city of Medina, the Prophet Muhammad, the founder of Islam, has died. This moment, filled with grief and uncertainty, marks a pivotal turning point in world history. The community he built, united under a new faith, now faced a profound and immediate crisis. The Prophet had not explicitly named a successor, nor had he set out a clear process for choosing one. Who would guide the faithful, interpret the divine message, and govern the nascent Islamic state became the central debate of the age. The answer would not be simple, and differing responses would give rise to two major branches of Islam, Sunni and Shia. The split was gradual, deepening over generations, shaped by politics, loyalties, and theology, and by the raw trauma of conflict that still echoes today. In the immediate aftermath of the Prophet Muhammad's death, companions gathered to address the leadership vacuum. Through consultation, they selected Abu Bakr, a close friend and father-in-law of the Prophet, as the first caliph. Supporters argued leadership should rest on merit, wisdom, and community consensus. They cited Abu Bakr's devotion, knowledge, and his leading prayers during the Prophet's final illness. Others believed the Prophet had designated a successor from his family. Their candidate was Ali ibn Abi Talib, the Prophet's cousin and son-in-law, married to Fatima. The Shi'atu Ali held that Ali possessed unique spiritual insight and a divinely sanctioned right to lead. They viewed Abu Bakr's selection as a political maneuver that ignored the Prophet's implicit will. Sunnis honor the first three caliphs, Abu Bakr, Umar, and Uthman, as the rightly guided. Their rule saw rapid expansion into Persia, Byzantium, and North Africa, hailed as a golden age of Sunnah. Yet tensions simmered. Uthman faced charges of nepotism favoring the Umayyads, leading to his assassination in 656, and Ali's acclamation, immediately contested, sparking the First Civil War. Ali's rule was challenged by Muawiyah, leading to the First Fitna, a stalemate that weakened Ali. In 661, Ali was assassinated. Muawiyah then founded the Umayyad Caliphate, turning rule hereditary. Ali's supporters looked to Hassan, then Hussein, as rightful imams. After Muawiyah's death, Yazid became caliph. Hussein refused allegiance, journeyed toward Kufa, but its support collapsed under Umayyad control. Near the Euphrates, about 72 fighting men, with women and children, faced a vast army loyal to Yazid. They were denied water for days. On the 10th of Muharram, they fought bravely, were killed one by one, and Hussein fell last. His body was desecrated, his family taken captive to Damascus. For his followers, Karbala became a spiritual tragedy: martyrdom, justice against tyranny, sacrifice against odds, commemorated in Ashura rituals. This shared memory forms the emotional core of Shi'ism, shaping theology, worldview, and identity beyond politics. In the centuries after Karbala, political division evolved into distinct theology and law. For Sunnis, authority rests on the Quran, the Sunnah, the Prophet's traditions, and scholarly consensus. This yielded four orthodox schools of law: Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi'i, and Hanbali. Their rulings guided daily life, worship, and governance. Shia thought centered on the imamate, divinely appointed infallible guides from the Prophet's lineage. Imams inherit spiritual authority and esoteric knowledge, interpreting Quran and Sunnah. Twelvers trace 12 imams from Ali to Muhammad al-Mahdi, who entered occultation and will return to establish justice. Twelver Shi'ism is Iran's state faith and the largest Shia community worldwide. Other branches include Ismailis and Zaydists, with distinct lines and leadership concepts. Divergent views led to separate hadith collections, legal codes, and rituals, while both share belief in one God, the Quran, and Muhammad as final prophet. As Islam expanded, rulers used religious identity to legitimize rule and mobilize support. The Umayyads promoted their authority and curtailed public pro-Ali sentiment. In 750, the Abbasids overthrew the Umayyads, founding a new caliphate centered in Baghdad. They patronized Sunni law and theology while monitoring popular Shia imams. The Islamic Golden Age saw both Sunni and Shia thought flourish, largely in separate spheres. Shia scholars compiled hadith and articulated the imamate's doctrines. Written theology clarified and hardened differences. The Fatimids built a powerful Ismaili state in Egypt and founded Cairo. The Bayyids, 12er Shiites, dominated Baghdad, reducing Abbasids to figureheads. Power balances shifted with conquest, maneuvering, and local loyalties. Sectarian dynamics remained fluid, not fixed. In the 16th century, Sunni and Shia worlds collided through rival empires. The Ottomans, dominant Sunni power, claimed the caliphate and guardianship of Mecca and Medina. They spread Hanafi law with a strong religious bureaucracy. To the east, Shah Ismail founded the Safavids and declared 12er Shi'ism the state faith. Through generations, Iran transformed from Sunni hub to Shia heartland. A contiguous Shia bloc emerged along the Ottoman frontier. Wars raged for 2 centuries, cast as holy struggles, each denouncing the other as heretical. Sectarian identity fused with state loyalty. Battlefields judged doctrine. The rivalry hardened boundaries near today's Iran-Iraq border and politicized identities, echoes that shape regional competition even now. By the 19th century, Ottoman and Persian powers waned. Britain and France expanded influence for trade, resources, and rivalry. Europeans carved up Ottoman lands, drawing borders with scant regard for local realities. New states emerged: Iraq, Syria, Lebanon. Iraq was stitched from diverse regions: Kurdish Sunni North, Arab Sunni Center, Arab Shia South. Colonial rule manipulated divisions, empowering select minorities and breeding resentment. In Syria, Alawites gained privileged roles despite being a small minority, angering many Sunnis. In Lebanon, sect identity became the basis of politics. Sectarian identity shifted from community and theology to access to resources, jobs, and power, laying ground for post-colonial struggles. After colonialism, new states sought unity. Monarchs and strongmen prioritized power and national identity. From the 1950s to 1970s, politics was framed more as nationalism than sectarianism. In 1979, Iran's revolution founded a Shia Islamic Republic under Velayat-e-Faqih. Iran projected power and message, alarming Sunni-led states, especially Saudi Arabia. Gulf states expanded funding for conservative Sunni networks to counter Iran. A regional Cold War unfolded, in Iraq's war with Iran and via proxies like Hezbollah in Lebanon. In mixed societies, sect and political allegiance grew increasingly entwined. A theological split evolved into a modern power struggle between Saudi-led Sunni conservatism and Iranian-led Shia revolutionism. The 2003 invasion toppled a Sunni-led regime, dismantled the state, and created a power vacuum. Shia ascendants, some tied to Iran, alarmed Sunnis, and Iraq slid into sectarian war. Sunni jihadists evolved into ISIS, preaching a virulent anti-Shia creed. ISIS seized territory, terrorizing all opponents and targeting Shia, Yazidis, and Christians. A broad coalition crushed ISIS, but left deep scars. Syria's uprising turned into a brutal civil war with stark sectarian framing. The battlefield became a proxy arena for Iran and Sunni-led rivals. Though labeled sectarian, root causes lie in power, resources, territory, and influence. Sect identity is a mobilizing tool for leaders. 14 centuries of Sunni-Shia history began with a political succession, then theology, empire, and modern conflict. It cannot be reduced to ancient hatred or simple soundbites. Power-hungry rulers and pious scholars, Karbala's trauma, colonial policies, and modern geopolitics all shaped the split. In January 20th, 2026, sectarian rhetoric is loud, but daily life is more nuanced. Sunnis and Shiites live, work, intermarry, and share meals together. They share faith in one God, reverence for the Prophet, and the guidance of the Quran. Understanding demands precise language and rejecting blame of entire communities for extremists. Refusing caricature denies extremists the divisions they exploit. This is a human story. Faith and doubt, loyalty and betrayal, suffering and resilience. With accuracy and empathy, we can see beyond divides toward shared humanity. If you like our videos, please click the button and subscribe for more discoveries.